Okay. It's coming. Yeah, please forgive that small technical glitch. But we think as monstrations, us celebrating who we are, our national identity, and recognizing that as a people we have set up proud monstrations. We start all of our meetings really with celebration of that moment when we play our territorial song.
Oh, Montserrat, dear motherland, your children raise your standard high in toil and tears to serve you well, a crowning jewel from God's hand. Oh, Montserrat, by nature blessed, to you your children sing. Come, well of all, come, friend of all, to you your people cling.
Thank you very much. Look out. Welcome once again to this, the first of our rally. My name is Austin Howe, and I'll be chairing the meeting this night. But also assisting me will be my good friend Keith Roy, the voice to Bear Mawson. Mr. Mawson, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Lookout. Good evening to everyone. I see you all enjoying the songs. Those are our songs for us to dance to on this rally, so enjoy them. Got to go, got to go, got to go.
Yes, thank you. So as we prepare tonight to start, let me tell you what you'll be hearing. From the candidates, you'll be hearing all the plans that the United Alliance have for this country going forward. Forgive us if we don't get involved in the name calling and cussing and that kind of thing. We're not involved in that,
Left that for me, you.
right? We are not involved. Maybe me and Bay might drop a little water too, but the candidates will not be giving you none of that. They're here tonight to discuss the issues that face this country. Let us be real. Montserrat is facing some real difficult challenges. Very difficult challenges. So we'll be getting on tonight, and for the first speaker, I would like to invite a young man who has been around the political scene for a while. But he has made a decision to move out of the house he was in and come and reside under the leadership of the Honorable Reuben T. Meade. You know, it is easy for people to criticize when they have never walked the street that you have walked. It's easy for people to say, oh, you should have, you should have. Sometimes in life, things get unbearable. And as the Bible says, you have to part ways with some people. Let them go east, and you go west. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together tonight, and let us welcome our first speaker, Mr. Jenzel Scarrett. Jenzel. Jenzel. Jenzel, come on, talk to the people.
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best.
Good night, look out.
So everything's
Look out, good night. Can I see your hand in the air over there?
inside,
Can you hear me?
every morning,
And all those inside
every
of their
morning,
homes, listening to us
I
across
rise, I stare
the
at
St. John's area. Pleasant good night. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of Jenzel Scarrett, a son of the soil. And one may ask, well, who is this young man speaking to us this evening? Jenzel Scarrett is a product of Montserrat. My father, none other than Mr. Eugene Scarrett, from the village of Townhill Parsons, a hard worker, a man there out in the extension of agriculture and traveled this island, the length and breadth of this island, to ensure that the people of Montserrat got wholesome, healthy food to consume. And my mother, from the Nature Isle, the Commonwealth of Dominica, Miss Claudia Scarrett, is my mother, And as a result of this union, they formed 3 lovely children. My siblings, Liston Skerritt and, of course, Tiffany, Dr. Tiffany Fleming. So, ladies and gentlemen, a little more about myself before we know what's happening on October 24th. Why should one vote for Jenzel Skerritt? Jenzel Skerritt is a solutions-oriented person. I don't look at problems. Persons bring the problems, and we must find the solutions for these problems. Several young persons across Montserrat need to develop their physical bodies at a young age. The government has fell asleep on this area over the last 5 years. We are saying as a United Alliance Party that we will bring back not some, but all of the grassroots programs that are necessary to foster healthy young persons. We see an increase of NCDs, and we have to encourage the young persons in the sporting fields, be it football, cricket, basketball. We are saying that we're going to put the necessary resources in these programs, get the personnel so that we can develop these youngsters so they will take Montserrat to the future in their sporting disciplines. We can no longer penny pinch when it comes to them. We have to give them the adequate resources, the tools, the gears. Just this afternoon, I heard a young man that was part of my mini basketball program nearly 15 years ago. His name is Christopher Moraine. And Christopher was telling the young people of Montserrat, you must push yourselves beyond, put in the work. And that is what the United Alliance is going to do. Set up the programs so that all our youngsters, be it those who are native of Montserrat or those born here from non-nationals, will have the training skill sets to push themselves forward. Because we need to know who will be the next Lionel Baker, who is going to be the next Stevel Rodney, who is going to lead the sporting facilities. So we are not going to ever sit back and close our eyes, pretend that sports is not significant enough. Some persons talk about sporting tourism. What sporting tourism could they really be talking about? When they have self-destructed, pinched the monies, removed the funds, and crippled the foundations of sports here in Montserrat. We can no longer go along these lines. And look what I want you to witness, that there are some persons around you in some blue shirts. These persons, the United Alliance candidates, will take this country forward and not hide from the issues that you're facing. A second issue that we have had, look at these United Alliance colors. Look how they look this evening in their blue. Right? We're going to also talk about the housing situation here in Lookout. What is happening in Lookout this evening? We look and see the houses over 20 years are now showing signs of deterioration. And persons have been coming to the ministry and asking, what can you do to assist? We are saying as a United Alliance Party that we're not going to look at individuals that are bringing these cases. We're going to set a policy so that we'll be able to help these persons across the board. You're showing your signs that you're getting effect of sea blast. The sea blast is affecting you. This is not something that is a guessing game, as my teacher, Miss KB, down the road would say. This is not what will happen. We have to set the policies so that the persons can be housed in Lookout comfortably, and we are saying we will set that policy for you. In addition to that, there are several properties in Lookout that appear to be empty. Well, persons are looking for homes. And the United Alliance is a party that wants to encourage home ownership. If persons no longer want to be residing here and the homes are abandoned, we are saying that we'll set a policy for persons to come in and look at the opportunities to purchase these homes. We want to hear more about money for persons in the labor and construction industry. Look at the lands around Lookout. These are the prime lands. The government has sit down and done no construction in housing for the last 5 years. No extension in the housing industry in Lookout for persons building new homes. And we are saying that tonight, the United Alliance is promising to have housing programs so that more persons can live in this lovely village of Lookout. Okay? This is what the United Alliance is about. My candidates are ready. My colleagues are ready. And we are led by none other than the man himself, the Honorable Reuben Timid. And some persons don't like to hear the name Reuben Timid because he makes people shake. But I'm telling you, after working with him for several years, that there is no other leader out there that has the capacity and has the understanding that the Honorable Reuben Timid has. So let them talk, but it's the Mead we need, all right? And as much as they're fighting against the Mead, it's this Mead, Mr. Reuben Timid, we need. So I'm asking you on October 24th, when the election date comes, vote United Alliance. You can't just vote for Jenzel. You can't just vote for John and Dwayne and Marjorie and Ann alone. You must put in the full team. And don't forget the most important one, the Honorable Reuben Timid. I thank you for your time, Lookout.
Yes,
and
yes,
I look forward to
Give
seeing you
Jenzel.
on Saturday night.
Jenzel. Give it
Thank
up
you.
for Jenzel. Yes, 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 yes. Boy, you opened bat well. You really opened bat well, ain't it? Yes, man. And you know, here he call down nobody. He come and tell you what this party plans to do. And yes, because we are tired of the name calling, and we are tired of who said this and who said that. But let me tell you something, you know. Right now, the opposition leader, who is the leader of PDM Frighten, all them pan is the chief. But let you know worry about the chief. If by some chance we not going to happen that the PDM win the election, he have to sleep at the governor yard because Dana reached it before he. You have to watch it back. He have to watch it back. Mr. Mead no have to watch it back with none of the candidates. We are not trying, we're not even talking, we're not even thinking of overthrowing him. But in those parties, you could see the one for MCOP, the one that just oust, can't wait for the leader lose. May I tell you campaign for yourself. But anyway, let's move on. Our next speaker used to read up and fed up by saying none of that no more. Can't take it no more. Right now he blew up and ready up. This man built his first home as a teenager. I'm telling you, he has been in the construction business, all kind of business for years. And we know the Hickson family, how they Talawa, and they don't play games when it comes to business. Tonight, let me welcome on stage our next candidate for the United Alliance. Give him a round of applause. Mr. Dwayne. Mr. Dwayne Hickson. And he comes to tell you what our plans are.
Make me see the haters a come more. Please guide me, Jack, over. Father, protect your soul. Can't stop me, cause me heart too clean. Can't kill me, cause me heart too clean. Because me heart.
On October 24th, a vote for Dwayne Hickson is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We are voting United Alliance.
Please guide me, Jack, over. Father, protect your soul. Can't stop me, cause me heart too clean. Can't kill me, cause me heart.
Good evening, Lookout. Good evening, Lookout. It's a big shoe that I have to fill now after listening to Jenzel. But I'm going to start out by saying, a lady in the crowd said to me, I must speak more of myself. It's not something that I normally practice, but I will tonight. About 10 years ago, and listen to when I said 10 years ago, I was invited to one of the schools to give some books on behalf of the Rotary Club. And in front of the class stood this little boy. It was a Monday morning. After seeing that guy, a Monday morning after 9 o'clock in the morning, I said to myself, I must do something about this. The clothing he had on was very soiled. Right away, after I did the presentation, I spoke to the teacher, and I said to the teacher, I would like to do something for this guy. I don't know who he is, I don't know who his parents are, but I will. Right away, I went and I bought 2 school shirts and a pants. And this I'm talking about 10 years ago. Now, after I gave the teacher the clothing, she said to me, Dwayne, you must go and meet the parents. I said to her, I'm in for it just for the love. I want to see the little boy look decent, presentable, especially on a Monday morning. Eventually, the parents got in touch with me. And would you believe that last week I was in a certain supermarket, and there was the mother of the same little boy. And I'm speaking now, he's to the age of voting. The mother said to me, came right up to me, and he said to me, Dwayne, one thing I could say to you, the first vote you will get will be from my son. The guy came to me about 3-4 days ago, and tears came to my eyes, really. Because what he did is that he had an envelope. He gave me an envelope. Within the envelope was a thank you letter and a $50. And this is something that I did 10 years ago. Now, the mother, I met her at a shop, and she said to me, it's hard for her to even ask me to help her. I said to her, you have to understand me, because God is my reason for giving and loving. So when she asked me, well, he said, Mister, I really want to buy some items for my son, for my children, because she has about 4 children. And I said to her, listen, take it up. Because by then, she came to the counter, did not have enough money, and had to go back and put back the stuff. I sent her back for them, and I paid for them. And it's, as I said to her, it's not about politics for me, because what I did for her the other day, I'm going to do it next year, the other year, and it's something that I've always been doing. Because my love for people is real. I understand the struggles that people are actually having in this country. A lot of people, unless you don't feel it, because there are times when I go to the supermarket, and I'm a single person, and it's hard for me to believe at the cost of stuff. So I only can imagine what is costing the parents, especially those who have children. And not only children, but because when they're at home, they eat even more. And it's one of the things that we are actually looking into is to lower the cost of living. I'm not into the mudslinging, nothing of that nature. But Mr. Brooks, Arthur Brooks, said to me, when they go low, ensure you go high. We, the United Alliance, we believe in development and progress. Yes, and success. It's mead we need. I like that, Jenzel. I was in Lookout about a week ago, and this older lady, she was sitting at just above where the sewage plant, that sewage plant that was the big talk in the house the other day. And this lady said to me, where are you going, sir? And I said, anywhere you're going, I could take you there. She was actually going to the hospital. I took her up. In driving, once we reached just about this first speed bump by the school, she said to me, who are you? I said, my name is Dwayne Hickson. He said, Dwayne Hickson? I said, yes, Dwayne Hickson. She said to me, you mean you're running with the white shirt people? I said, yes. He said, okay, because we're not voting red. And he said, me not vote yellow, me vote white. But I said to her, it might be blue. So be careful. But I understand what she was actually saying. So after we were going and we were talking, and I said to her, what are some of your challenges in Lookout? And he said, I am the perfect person to ask, because you see me where I was sitting, and I'm waiting for a bus. And the moment she said that, she then said to me, you know what? I wish I could build, or someone could build a bus shelter. And rest assured, the people of Lookout, you will get a bus shelter. And I'm not talking about the bus shelter at the top. You would get one. I don't remember the name of the road, but of course, in consultation with physical planning, your community group, because I am a man that believes in working with community groups, because I like to do things that are sustainable. I don't like to just do, you know, things that, and please, I'm not knocking Mr. Farrell. I'm not knocking him, because I appreciate what he does. And because a lot of politicians get into power and they don't do anything. He does something in the sense, but for me, what I would do is something more sustainable. I would do that rain shelter. And I promise you, the people of Lookout, I'm not going to say within 5 years, being in government, you will get that bus stop. There are also a lot of problems. Of course, my colleague mentioned about the roofs. And in traversing the area, people are complaining about different things. Rest assured that we are going to address these things. One of the things before I leave, I would say, I had the option of choosing where I go, which party I join. No two ways about it. The person who has the first pick would choose the best person. And I decided, as I said, I had the option. I chose RTM because I know he's the man of the hour. He's the man that we need. Definitely. I want the best for this country. We need mead. I think that's what, I'm going to actually use that on the platform. We need mead. And so tonight, the people of Lookout, I'm urging you on the 24th of October, please, please eliminate all the other colors that you're seeing and vote United Alliance. United Alliance, all 9. All 9 doesn't belong to anybody else. All 9. That's what we want you to do. Thank you.
Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Change for all the nation.
Solution.
Change for all the nations. Change so that we can say that this nation here came from quite down there.
That's what our candidates are about. Solutions, I say.
On October 24th.
You know, come go here no nonsense. We have suffered enough. And you want to know what's going to happen to this country in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and beyond. We don't have no time to pull down nobody. We are here to hear what the plans are of the United Alliance. And Reuben Timid have selected a good team along with him, because let me tell you something. All these candidates are going to challenge him when it comes to rebuilding this country. They're not going to sit back and he say everything. They're going to bring their ideas. They're going to challenge them and say, let's try this, let's try that. Because all of them are educated enough and down to earth enough to know where this country needs to go. And let me tell you something about our short people. Our Talawa. There's a reason why God didn't give me and some others no more height. 'Cause I would have probably taken over the world. The next speaker is one of them people. Short, feisty, and Talawa. With big brains. She has served this country in government for years. She has been in so many different areas. Tonight, I want you to welcome our First Lady to be on this podium. Give it up for Marjorie. Give it up for Marjorie. Give it up for Marjorie. Here she comes. To fix the mic for you, right? You got the I'm unstoppable. Yes. I'm a version with no brakes.
On October 24th, a vote for Marjorie Smith is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
I'm a version with no brakes. Good night to my Lookout family. If Dwayne think you come out, you got to take care of me, he got a sad mistake. Dwayne, are we going to work together?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to all who have come out to support the United Alliance. As we go forward, this political party pledges to take Montserrat to heights that it has never seen in recent years. Several months ago, I made a decision, and I'm still proud of that decision tonight. And that is to be a candidate with the United Alliance Party under the leadership of Reuben T. Meade, who with the rest of his party possesses the vision, the ability, and the tenacity to take Montserrat in a forward direction. Now, don't get me wrong. I will never stand here and tell you that he is the only person who would ever be able to lead Montserrat. But of all those who are offering themselves for leadership in this 2024 general election, everyone, and I mean everyone else, pales in comparison. No ifs, no ands, and no buts about it. I really did not come here to make an endorsement speech. But when you know the truth, you have to talk the things. As you've heard in the introduction, I am Marjorie Smith. Some of you know me as Glenda or Glenda Peel. And in other circles, you may know me as French Weed. But that's a story for another day. It is indeed humbling to have the opportunity to address you tonight. I do not come with great eloquence nor political experience. But as a newcomer on this journey, and with God's help and direction, the guidance and nurturing of our experienced leader, and the support from the team with whom I share this space, and the mandate that you will give to the United Alliance, I can assure you that I will spare nothing to represent, work with, and for you, the people of Montserrat. Now, tonight, I want to look at education. The United Alliance is focused on creating a learning environment to prepare our young people for the world ahead, so that they could live dignified lives and make meaningful contribution to our society. Now, I wholeheartedly agree that educational qualifications are important. But we do not want to turn our youngsters into thermometers. Not all of them will obtain a degree. Life skills are very significant as well. I am sure that, like me, many of you are fed up, disgusted, annoyed at hearing Montserrat lacks competence. It is not a fair statement, and it is not a true one. But that is what happens when the wrong people are entrusted with delivering the message. Everybody gets painted with the same brush. But tonight, I want to ask you, never, ever, don't mix red, yellow, or orange. Because the only thing that will happen to us, all of we are going to get mal up. Yes, I love cricket too. First off, since competence comes with training and exposure, we must tackle the need for recruitment and retention of our teachers. This will be a priority for us. We will get the teachers here on time, not waiting until June and July to start the process when school starts in September. We will start early. And if our retired teachers are willing to assist the process just in case we fall short, we will utilize their experience as well. Yes. I want to ask the parents among us one question tonight. Well, maybe two. How are you coping? How are your children coping with such stressful situations to have to operate without teachers present? Just the other day, while we were on the campaign trail, we met a parent, and she said to us that she had to go online and be paying privately so that her daughter could be prepared for her CXCs. Just imagine, and y'all don't tell me that it is in the interest of her child, because the obligation to educate our children rests with the government. Yes. Yes. We had our manifesto launch just in August. I think it's 20th of August in Davie Hill. We did not copy. We were the first out. So whatever is in our manifesto is ours. Anybody else says anything, it's borrowed goods. And you would notice that in our manifesto, we have committed to facilitating online learning in school. So in the absence of a teacher, we, provided that there's electricity and internet, of course, we will ensure that classes can continue, even if the teacher is in the farthest part of the universe. We will ensure that our classrooms are adequately equipped to facilitate this method of teaching. Something we should not forget is what COVID has taught us. And that is, one does not have to be present physically to deliver services. We know, of course, that supervision in the classroom may be necessary. But is this too much to invest in for our children? Even if we have to pay somebody to supervise, that we will do. Another concerning matter is, why do our teachers pack up and leave after just short stints with us? Could it be the environment in which they are expected to operate? How involved are they in the decision-making process? Is there enough development opportunities for them? These are just some of the questions that need answers. What the United Alliance will do is seek to create an environment where teachers feel welcomed and a part of our community. We cannot ask them to come here, then turn around and treat them poorly. That is not fair, and it does not reflect who we are as Monstratians. Before making certain decisions also, we will consult with officials within the school system. Because whatever decisions are taken, it will affect them one way or the other. And because they are the ones to implement these decisions and the policies which we want to be effective, involving and empowering them would motivate them to press a little harder for our children. We recognize that teaching and learning, the techniques are constantly changing. So we will create opportunities for the training and development of our teachers, that they in turn can train and develop our children. There are opportunities for development out there. Online classes, attachments, in-service workshops, you name it, it's out there. And we will capitalize on these. We cannot afford to shortchange and fail our children any longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, as this campaign moves along, you will hear much more about what the United Alliance plan for educating our children. So don't lose focus. Remain connected to the United Alliance and its messages. We will have a work to do. And I say we because your involvement will not end on election day. We must work to take Montserrat out of the crisis, the chaos, and the embarrassment that it has fallen into. But we must do it as a team. You know, maybe I should say we must take Montserrat out of the embarrassment that it was shoved into, because Montserrat couldn't go in there by itself. Anyway, I just want to remind you that a set of people who join forces to do something is just a group. But a set of people coming together to achieve a common goal is a team. They are in the midst mingling with you tonight. We are a team. The team. The only team to be considered on October 24th. When you go to the polls, think United Alliance. See United Alliance. You be United Alliance. So cast your vote for Marjorie Smith and the other members of the United Alliance. Because this strong woman doesn't have an attitude. She has standards. I thank you.
Yes. Yes. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up for Marjorie. Yes. Woo. Yes. Yes.
Of a woman.
On October 24th, a vote for Marjorie Smith is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
Amen.
Of a woman.
Yes. You notice we don't have no horn making no loud noise and no whistle and all that stupidness there. Your voice tells what's going to happen on the 24th. We don't need to give nobody no horn at all to make nice the people head. Like they have 1 million people and then have nobody. No, we don't. Wonderful, wonderful. I told you all, that these candidates are coming here tonight to tell you about the issues and how we're going to solve them. It's not going to be easy. Because they have taken us back so far that we have a lot of work to bring Montserrat back to where we want Montserrat to be. Now I have a business. I'm a farmer. I do chicken, egg, food, you name it. But I can only do a limited amount because everybody lives in the island. But Reuben Timid and his party have answers to return the people who are here and to bring back people to live in this country. So I can increase my business, and I know a lot of people who are in business, you would like to see more people here so you could sell more and do more business, isn't it? Of course. So that is what this party is about, bringing back people into this country. Our next speaker is the youngest of the crew. They say he cut from the cloth. He have the pedigree. If his father not careful, he might overtake him in a few years to come. Because he don't learn from me. He learning from Reuben. So when he put the two together, he's going to be a genius. Welcome. Welcome. The man of the hour. The youngest in the United Alliance. He's going to come and tell you what plans he has for the young people of this country to take this country forward. Welcome, John Osborne. Yes, man.
Louder than words.
Big up, big up, big up.
Don't be deceived by all those fancy talkers. Action speaks louder than words.
On October 24th, a vote for John Osborne is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
Action speaks louder than words.
Ladies and gentlemen of Lookout, good night. Ladies and gentlemen of Lookout, I said good night. Now, here's a joke. I came here without a speech. And the reason why I came here without a speech is because we have a leader that challenges his team to always be better. I came here, I didn't even choose a topic actually. Matter of fact, just going through the crowd was how I chose my topic and how I know I'm going to start my speech. Judy, you were troubling me tonight, but that's exactly what I'm going to start my speech with. What many of you don't know tonight is that I am the newest adopted member of the Lookout community. And I'm going to tell y'all how. You heard the song? The song said, actions speak louder than words. And everybody going to tell you that they want population growth. But my son was the first son to be born in Glenwood Hospital this year. Your newest Lookout member. Again, as I said, actions speak louder than words. But that leads me to the topic that I really want to talk about, and some of my comrades have already mentioned some of it too. I just realized that if I was smart, I should have had my second child earlier, because buying things for babies in Montserrat is very expensive. My daughter is 10 years older than my son, so nothing that she had could have fit him. At least they're too old now anyway. So I had to buy a new crib, new clothes, new everything. And here's the problem that I have, which is what I'm going to speak on, which is policies within government. Your government is telling you that they want more population and they want population growth. But if you are government, you have to give your people direction. You have to put your people in the direction you want them to go through your policies. If you're going to tell me that you want me to have babies, why do babies' clothes have duties that are the same like adults' clothes? Why are you paying 38% on a baby's clothes, just like if you are adult? Why do Pampers still have duties on them? Why am I paying 50% on Pampers when a newborn might use 10 or more Pampers a day? Those are not policies that are encouraging people to have children. Those are not policies that are encouraging population growth. We, the United Alliance, are going to fix that. Because, again, action speaks louder than words. And everything you see the United Alliance talk about, we are a part of. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, we had a radio program today, and we spoke about culture. But we spoke about culture, we spoke about Montserrat culture as it is. But again, I said, we are your government, so you expect us to give you direction. One of the things that's lacking in Montserrat is a culture around business, which the United Alliance will create. And I'll tell you how we do that. Again, everything is policy. So when you want your people to be business people, and I'm going to correct something, I'm not going to attack the other groups because they've been attacking us, but as Uncle Arthur told me, and he told the rest of the party, when they go low, we go high. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to go high, because we're not going to attack them. There's a rhetoric that they're putting out, and it is the wrong rhetoric as politicians to be putting out to the public. And that rhetoric is, they are attacking people who would have inherited from their parents. And what that is saying to the public is, if you work hard, you're not supposed to left nothing for your children. And if you work hard, you're not supposed to get the extra money in your pocket or a house or nothing for left behind. It is nonsense that they're talking. Montserrat people are hard-working people, and we need to understand where Montserrat has come from. I am young. Yes, I was born 1 year before Hugo, but I understand the psychological effects that Hugo and the volcano has had on our people. And part of the reason why I brought up my son is because I'm going to go into some of those psychological effects. We had Hugo first, And we were so resilient that we rebuilt from Hugo. 6 years after Hugo, the volcano came. And imagine if you had to go through two devastating effects within 6 years, that would have a psychological effect on our people. So, just like my son who is a baby, we have to realize that Montserrat has restarted and our economy is just like that baby. What I mean by that is, when you have a child and you have to raise a child, you have to give the child everything it needs, you have to nurture it, you have to teach it for it to grow. If we want an economy in Montserrat, we have to nurture that economy, we have to teach it, and we have to give it what it needs to grow. Today, I was very, very proud to be a United Alliance member. And I will tell you why I was proud today. We have a leader that sat on our radio program today and said, look, I don't need my whole government salary when we're elected. He said, all you have to do is give me what I'm currently getting. Give me my pension and give me whatever extra benefits that I'm getting, and the rest you will put into a fund to help small micro businesses in Montserrat grow. And that was my very proud moment. Very, very proud moment. Because I have never heard in the last 10 years another leader sacrifice anything for Montserrat. And that's what you have to do as a party. You have to elect people who are willing to sacrifice. That is how Montserrat will grow. Yes, it's a blessing to have in Uncle Arthur. I am proud of him. What we have to do here is make Montserrat an easy place for Montserratians to do business. I have a dream for Montserrat. I am a young person. I am an entrepreneur. I have a dream for Montserrat. Montserratians, everybody is talking about bringing in people to create jobs. I do not want Montserratians to only be the laborers in this country. Montserratians must be the people who are owning the businesses. Montserrat must be the people who are creating the jobs. Montserrat must be the people who actually are benefiting the most from the industries that we will create as a party. They keep telling you all about labor. They're talking about 8 to 4 jobs. We don't want that for everybody. I'm gonna bring up just an example. You need to empower your people because there's certain things that empowering your people brings. When you empower your people to be the business people, when you empower your people to have money, when you empower your people to be financially stable, those people can then go and help the other people that really need help. Yes. What we need to do, though, is facilitate people in doing those things. We need to change our tax laws. We need to change certain legislation to encourage people to do those things. Encourage people to own businesses. Like, for instance, I did something the other day on the radio. I almost got some ridicule for it because they didn't understand what I was doing. Because I am passionate about having young people in business. So, as I said to you, the United Alliance is a party. We live and preach what we do. So I started a competition for young people. It's an under 15 competition to teach young people to actually write a business plan. A few of them have already contacted me for me to go and sit down with them to explain to them how to do it. The reason I did this, as I said, because I have a dream that Montserratians can be the business owners. I want that to become so popular that they have no choice but to put it in the school curriculum. So that when we have students coming out of school, we don't just have students coming out just thinking that they're going to work for government. We have students coming out of school to be the people who create jobs and the industries that we need in Montserrat. And I want all of your support. I want you to spread it. But again, put us into government and we will accelerate that process because we will change the curriculum into what we need. I'm going to use an example. When China wants their people to be the technological powerhouses of the whole world, what they do? They use education to fix it. They teach their students to build robots, teach their students to do what they need from a young age. That is why we're saying to you, we're also going to bring back the technical program. And I'm happy that when we spoke to some of the teachers, they told us, don't wait till they're in college to do it. Start it from the primary schools. And I was happy to hear a lot of the teachers say that. Because what that is going to do is going to create less dependence on government. You're going to have people that are going to come out and they're going to already be making money. They're going to already be self-sustaining. And you're going to see that Montserrat is going to change and be a better place when you see you start empowering your people. Matter of fact, I was in Lookout the other day, just a couple days ago. And I was just down the road with my family's crew and Mr. KB. And, I was happy. they came up to me and they asked me, boy, you got anything for me to do? And I was happy for that, because I said, you know what? When you have people that are looking to work, and as again, I would say Montserratians are very, very hard working people. We've come out of 2 crises and we're still pushing and still going. We are very resilient, very hard people. What we have realized, though, on the campaign trail is that we have a lot of people who are willing to work, willing to produce, but all they need is that little extra push. The United Alliance will be that Kickstarter party that will give everybody that little extra push. Whether it's the farmers who can produce, can grow, but they have problems with marketing, problems with selling, we will set up the unit within government to help them with those things. We will take Montserrat's economy, that little baby, and we will grow it until something that you're very proud of. We are going to change Montserrat. You will see that after 5 years, Montserrat will be a much different place than it is now, because we understand where people are psychologically and we understand the help that they need to get there. Nobody in Montserrat is lazy. Everybody needs is just that little extra push and that little extra help. So I'm proud to be with a team. Every single member of my team, I can say, comes out and does some form of community service in some form or the other. We all help. We all put our money where our mouth is. All of us. Dwayne, I was so happy the other day. My nanny down there, and I'm going to call her name because I don't know if she wants me to call her name, but I have a nanny that used to look after me when I was young. No, he's all right. And she called me the other day so happy because, Dwayne, you went and fixed something for her that she's been asking the previous government to fix for years. And all it took was just a little initiative and you went and fixed it. And Dwayne is one of the people that I'm always proud of, because I'm proud to be on a team where I can call people my role models. Dwayne is one of my role models since I was a child. Reuben Meade is one of my role models since I was a child. My father personally told me to let him be my youth parliament mentor. And look where I am with him now. I'm proud that he is teaching me. I'm proud that he's the one that has brought me into politics. As I said to you, I did not come here in a speech today. It's just from why you are troubling about in the crowd is what I'm talking about right now. That is because Mr. Reuben Meade is the leader that has made every single body on this United Alliance party better. I'm sure when you listen to every single speech tonight, you'll be proud of the members and you'll see the progress that they have made. That is leadership. Yes, and it matters. I see my Uncle Reuben, not Reuben Meade, watching me because he just wants me to talk about myself, so I have to do him the favor and talk about myself. Because he done come and trouble me today. He said, when you go up there, make sure you tell the people what you do. So just for him, I'm going to do it. Because he wants me to tell you that when you have young people who are trying, young athletes who are trying to go overseas, trying to get scholarships, that a lot of them come to me for help. And because I know the benefit of giving them that exposure, I always help them. So you saw some young athletes who went to Anguilla the other day. Yes, I bought the tickets for them to go to Anguilla, and I was told that one of them is apparently getting a scholarship out of that meeting. So again, as I said, we are a party of action. A lot of people will talk, but they don't do. I live the life that I am talking about. There are people, young people at the gas station. Again, I'm passionate about creating young businesses. There are young people who use my facilities at the gas station completely free all the time to grow their businesses. Whether they're washing cars, whether they're teaching young people to dance. And I'll save the other one until I get to St. Peter's because I saw them attacking me in St. Peter's. But I could tell you that as much as they're on a team where they say they have 5 or 6 St. Peter's people, none of them do more for St. Peter's than me. So I could tell them that. So you see, again, I didn't even need a speech because I see people helping me from the crowd. So they said, tell them who put water in a car kill. Because I heard that they said they give me free water. But I want you to tell me if the water free. If I go and say that I need water in Cargill and I find out that the main line was undermined and burst in Cargill, I then went to Water Authority to find out how to reconnect it. They gave me a bill of over $40-something thousand to reconnect it. Hold on, I'm going to tell you the story. I went to the ministry, and I'm not gonna throw any shades at anybody. I went to the ministry, and I asked them how would they help, because it's not just me in Cargill, there are other farmers in Cargill also. And the minister being helpful, went and said, okay, he will get back to me and how he could help. He came back to me and said, he has maybe about $17,000 or $18,000 in the ministry, but he can't give me all. Remember, the bill is over $40,000, eh? I told him, pay what you could to Water Authority. The Water Authority guys came back to me and said, you have about $30-something thousand left in the bill. So I said, you know what, let me start to use my brain. I called up some of the sand miners. I called the names on the radio, and it became a private sector initiative. But I called them up one by one. The first one I called was William Wall, who's like an older brother to me. And William said, you know what, boy, we've been trying to get government to aid in putting water back in Karkil for so long. So if you could even get the process started, I am going to help you. That's the kind of William then told me, call Nigel. I tell Nigel he on board. So I called Nigel. Nigel said, well, once William on board, me on board too. Nigel told me, call Dwayne. I called Dwayne, who's my schoolmate. And Dwayne said, John, you don't even need to ask me that. You know, anything that you do, me on board with you. Yes. And the four of us put together and got rid of the rest of that bill. So tell me how your government could come now and say that they put water in Karkil when the private sector, from an initiative that I started, paid most of that bill. So who put water in a Karkil? So I don't need to go down there with them because I keep telling them, when you talk about me, you're going to make me look good. So, right. But as I say, I am proud to be a member of the United Alliance. I am proud to be led by Reuben Timid because I know for sure that he's the most intellectual leader in this election right now. And the reason why I can stand here without a speech tonight and talk is because he has been challenging me and his team to be able to be just like him. Matter of fact, he showed me on his phone that he only have one line written down. So I know he's coming up here without a speech too. So I'm just telling him, the Lord fast, yes, Lord for be just like he. Can imagine, and here's one more joke we want to get you. Somebody told me, I'm going to end on this. Somebody told me that in 1978, Reuben's father ran in an election with my father. So history will repeat itself. So what I'm going to tell you is, out of that, from 1978 to 1991, remember that Montserrat came off of granted aid. So when one me and our husband run together, great things happen for Montserrat. And I will end on that point.
Election time.
Give it up for John. Give it up for John. Give it up for John. Yes, man.
Yeah, just vote for John.
Yes.
Just vote for John. Just vote for John. Just vote for John.
He had the man. He had the plan. You deaf?
Yo,
I said to give it up for John.
On October 24th, a vote for John Osborne is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
Tell me if you're proud of what you've been hearing throughout the night. Are you happy with what you're hearing? And these are not no spy in the sky promises. They are gettable. I'm telling you, everything that they come and tell you they could do, they already start the process. Already started the process. Let me pick up all the people in Lookout who are hearing. I hear that you're hearing us loud and clear. So if you couldn't come out because you know well, or you're afraid, or whatever, I know you're listening. I know you're with us. So big up to all the Lookout people who are listening. We move on. We're going to bring to you a lady who has been involved in so many different areas in Montserrat. When it comes to community building, you hear her name all over Montserrat. This lady loves people. She cares about people. And when Reuben Timmy told me that she's going to be a part of this team, I said, Chief, you're batting. You're batting well. Yes. I want you to welcome our next lady. Give it up for Anne. Let me hear you give it up for Anne.
It takes
Let me hear you give it up for Anne. Come to the stage, my lady.
To make this country grow. And Thomas has the knowledge, experience, and lots of love to show. She may be humble, but
Thank you, dancer.
On October 24th, a vote for Ann Thomas is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
All are we. All are we. We got to vote for Ann Thomas. All are we. All are we. Montserrat voting for Ann Thomas.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, good night. Good night to the ones that are home still. Good night. You can come out of your house and join us up here. We have manifesto for you. And good night to the ones who are watching us online. Thank you for taking the time out and come. Ladies and gentlemen, before you is a young lady who is humble. I come from humble beginnings in Corkhill. I know what it is to grow up poor. I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is. And I am most grateful to my surrounding family, the Buffon family, and my father, Alfred Willock, for instilling me the values, the respect, and a love for hard work. Throughout my years, all I did was helping people for free. For helping people for free. I've worked with the Red Cross for over 12 years. I've worked with the Corkhill Union Committee. I've worked with different PTAs where my school children attend, where my children attend school. I've worked with social services and also be a foster care. I help raise other people's children when there are issues and they didn't have a home to go into. I love the elderly. I work with the elderly also. So much so that I actually did the care of the elderly course. So if needs be, I can chip in and look after elderly. My most recent and love project is when I moved to Davy Hill in 2016. And a lot of persons were looking at Davy Hill as a ghetto. And I thought I needed a break from volunteer work because I did all this work and it was for free. Being me, I attended the meeting and got elected as president. And from then, I started working within that community to raise the perception of the community, to lift the spirit of the persons and let them think better of themselves within that community. I got funds from different sources. We do pedicure for our elderly. We do a Christmas dinner for our elderly. We do back to school at the end of August, giving the school children backpacks with books, pencil, geometry set, the likes. I reach out to the different Montserrat associations in the diaspora and on island and ask for things, ask for them to help us in Montserrat. And believe me, there are lots of people out there who are willing to serve their country and to help their country and to give back to Montserrat. And you know, that's one of the things that United Alliance is going to do. We are going to work with our persons in the diaspora because they want to be part of Montserrat. And as we say, United Alliance is for all. We are for everyone. Well, we'll work on that too. But tonight, I am here to talk about an issue that is far-reaching in Montserrat. I call it the peekaboo issue. And it's very frustrating for everyone. Everyone. 1 minute, you could see. Next minute, you're in darkness. 1 minute, you're watching your TV, then you hear boof. TV mash up, mall not taking responsibility. I could understand since the minister said that mall is broke. So I could understand that. But the far-reaching effects is on the small businesses. You have people already in the small business arena who are struggling. Things slow. Things tight in Montserrat, things bad. And when this electricity keep going and coming, they have to be careful because you have meat and other things in the freezer. they have to decide, do I use those to serve people and somebody gets sick and then my business go down the drain? These are things that people are struggling in Montserrat, ladies and gentlemen. Do I throw away thousands of dollars worth in my freezer? And it make it worse if the freezer go bad or the freezer get damaged. The other issue is the school children. When the school children have their work to do, their assignments to do, and we have the electricity going on, off, on, off, on, no warning. Again, it's like peekaboo. 1 minute you see me, and next minute you can't. And then we speak about the future. We speak about the future of our youth. How can they concentrate and get their lessons done when it is on, off, on, off? No, that's not good enough. Well, we in United, it is not going to be the norm because that is not normal. Several years ago, we didn't have that problem. And now, there is a problem. And apparently, somebody don't know how to fix it. Then we have the adults who are doing online studies because they want to better themselves. They want to find another job. They want to do a side job. Some have been laid off and they want to do better. And I'm going to share personal experience with you, myself, who are doing online courses. And I had an exam a particular morning online. I had to put on the camera on my phone for the examiner to watch me, and somebody was in the laptop behind monitoring. And I'm happy. I studied for my exam. I'm ready to go. This was procurement exam, which linked to my last job in the government of Montserrat. And somewhere halfway through, bop, current gone. The lady on the phone that's watching me, she asked me what happened because they are not seeing my laptop. They are not seeing my screen, which they have to see while I'm doing this exam. And I said, electricity is gone. She said, well, put on your generator. I said, ma'am, I don't have a generator. That's a costly piece of equipment in Montserrat. So she said, okay, I am going to give you 15 minutes because that is what is allowed for your electricity to come back for you to do this exam. If the electricity is not back in 15 minutes, unfortunately, we are going to have to fail you. Let me tell you something. There is a divine master. There is a God. Listen, I sat there. I cried. I never prayed so much in my life because if I fail this exam, I'll have to take out several £100 out of my pocket to do it over. And I cried 15 minutes, 20 minutes. She said, Anne, I can't give you any more time. I can't give you any more time. We have to write this off. I said, I understand. By this time, snot running out of my nose, you know. Because I crying and I praying and I crying and I praying. And just as she about to say, I'm sorry, I really am sorry, I hear, zoop, zoop, zoop. I said, Mom, wait. I see the fan, zoop, zoop, zoop. And then the fan go, woo. I said, we are back, Mom. We are back. There is a God. And good things happen when you believe. When I was interested in coming into politics, I'm interested since 2006. But as a public servant, you got to go by the rules. I believe that don't break the law. And I'm following all along. Last year, 2022, I reached a point of frustration within the public service. The public service have gotten to an all-time low, and I just thought, listen, there must be something better out there. And when I heard that the Reuben team meet was coming back, I thought, I need to get on his team. So we linked, and that was it. I couldn't have done better in choosing a leader, a best leader out of who is offering themselves to pull me up fast. I'm a rookie, but I need to pull up fast. I didn't come with a speech tonight because he challenged us. But I decided I'm going to go with Reuben Timid. Because you know what? This electricity problem that we have in Montserrat, this electricity problem that is affecting everybody all across. And not that you don't have electricity for half a day, but your bill is still sky high. Your bill is still sky high. Well, maybe it's a blessing because if you had electricity for the whole day, you probably won't be able to pay your bill. We, the United Alliance, on taking office on October 24th, 25th, we are going to work with MOL by supporting them, having meetings with management, staff, and all other stakeholders to get this problem sorted. We are going to have that problem sorted in short order. And at this juncture, let me say, a big thank you, kudos to these hardworking guys at MOL. Because I'm sure that they are frustrated. They are frustrated of patching. They are frustrated of trying to diagnose. They are frustrated of not having the support from who is in government to help fix this problem. Yes. There is an SRNO that gives you duty free on your TV and other things if they are damaged. But if things bad and things hard, and you don't have the money to import an item or even buy, the duty-free is no use to you. So how do you get back the television, the microwave, the machine? How do you get back these things that are damaged by the peekaboo current? How do you get it back? On, off, on, off, on, off. No, 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 no. The United Alliance is going to solve that. We are going to solve that in short term on taking office. The other thing that we are going to do is that we are going to come up with a comprehensive and implement and a plan that we will implement to get power from the geothermal. We need backup. We have some wells there that are sitting idle. They have potential. We need to get Montserrat back on the footing. We can't invite people to come here to say, come to work remotely. We can't invite people to say, come and invest. Yes? We can't. We can't invite our elderly to say, come home and live your pension life down here. Spend some money thing when they need to put on the oxygen mask. On, off, on, off. What about the elderly who have the insulin in the refrigerator? On, off. It is a health issue. It is a health issue when you have your insulin, hot, cold, hot, cold. No, no, no. The United Alliance is going to fix that, ladies and gentlemen. I talk when I need to talk, but I'm a woman of action. I get things done. I get things done. And I am with the right team, the United Alliance, because every one of us are entrepreneurs in our own right. Every one of us have a side job. Every one of us are making our money without depending on government. Every one of us know what it is to work hard. Every one of us know what it is to build from the ground come up. So you know what? We are the best team to carry Montserrat forward. We know about business. We have to start thinking of government as a business. We have to start thinking profit and loss. We have to start doing the analysis to see where is the best place to put the money. Yes? So, ladies and gentlemen, work with us. Work with the United Alliance. Work with the United Alliance by voting all 9 on elections day. All 9 down the line. And our competent and experienced leader, Reuben Timid, and his team will bring Montserrat back to all its glory. We bring Montserrat. It is embarrassing that once we were emulated throughout the region, and now we are the laughing stock. We are the laughing stock. We are not going to settle for that anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going to play any peekaboo anymore. Now you see me, then you don't. On, off, on, off. No, 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 no. Vote United Alliance so that we will fix this electricity problem once and for all. And for once, mall staff will get a break from having to be scrambling and fumbling to try to give us a little light. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out tonight and being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear your hands. Put your hands together. Anthems.
Thomas has the knowledge, experience, and lots of love to show.
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen,
on October 24th.
I hope you have been enjoying the presentation so far. I come from Kinsale, and sometimes they don't want to cuss, but they tell me, watch my tongue. But I'll tell you what, my mother has always said to me, if a woman done with you, accept it and let her go. She tell me if the woman want to finish with you, leave the woman, let she go about her business. But we had an incident in Parliament a couple months ago. And I can't believe that so many months I can't take done. From the time she tell them she done, they start to cuss in Parliament. Yellow cuss, red cuss, everybody want to cuss the lady because she said, I want to end this relationship and start a new relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, for me it's a pleasure because this young lady is from my neck of the woods. And if you come from Kinsale, you know this. We come tough. We come strong. We know easy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to put your hands together and I want to put your hands together and welcome tonight the Honorable Veronica Hector Dorset. Veronica K. Dorset. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you. Let me hear you.
A blessing for you and a blessing for me.
On October
yes,
24th,
ladies and gentlemen,
a vote for the Honorable Veronica Dorset Hector is a vote to improve access, healthcare, tourism, education, agriculture, and the lives of all who call Montserrat home. We're voting United Alliance.
Blessing after blessing and nothing can hold it back. What is for me? Oh yes, it will.
Good night, look out. Arise and shine, Montserrat people. Arise and shine is the word. Arise and shine. No more backward movement. We are moving forward. For the vision is clear and the mission shall be accomplished. For we have our leader who is experienced, who is competent, who is trustworthy. And mighty God, we know that he is caring. My people, we are going to restore for you tonight. I just saw my young ladies come there. They asked me one day if I'm campaigning. I said, if you saw you're campaigning, I campaign since I'm a child. Because I'm a woman of the people, from the people, and for the people. And tonight, I'm going to have to change my address. One of my students, or the sister of a student, have just arrived and come to greet me. I welcome them home. And I thank the Lord that he has promised our sons and our daughters shall return home. But how are they going to return home? How are they going to return home? They said to put the access files in the archives. They can't put my brain in the archives because it is here with me. And with my visionary leader, Reuben T., the Honorable Reuben T. Meade, we are going to fix access. We are going to return the ferry service. And we are going to return air service. Safe, affordable, reliable access by sea and by air. We will do what we say, for we are a people of our word. We are not fooling anybody. We are not here to deceive anybody. We are here to build this nation. We are here to mold our nation. And I promise you that with the help of God and the leadership of the Honorable T. Meade, we are going to restore access to Montserrat. And let us say tonight, before we come on this platform, we always make sure that he is agreed with whatever we say. We are not coming to talk and anybody tell us promises are made to be broken. Visionary government. A vote for the United Alliance, my brothers and sisters, is a vote for safe, affordable, and reliable access by sea and by air. Our people will be able to bring their cargo because the ferry will be able to carry cargo. You don't have to worry if you see that the plane is not running because the ferry would be there. And if sea too rough, the planes would be there to bring you over. My brother and sister, Twin Otter service shall return because we will have respectful relationship with the British government, and we will discuss that we need to change the situation as you have seen in Sabre. My brothers and sisters, I can tell you tonight that we have competent leadership. We can represent the world, represent you to the world. My brothers and sisters, I represented this country in Zimbabwe. I represented this country in the Caribbean region, and most recently international. And don't let them fool you. They did not take me any place. It was the United Nations committee that selected me to moderate their business. And hear what they say. We are going to have to work with you because we carry the standard too high. And that is because when I was going to school, my forefathers, my mother, Miss Ampan, Mas Joe, everybody in the village said, hold up your head and stick right there. Go to school. Learn your lesson. We are going to rebuild our country together. Brothers and sisters, we are going to be able to afford you safe, affordable access by sea and by air. We are really concerned. The struggle is real. The struggle is real, my brothers and sisters. High cost of living. High cost of living. You heard Sister Ann say, where is the money to replace the refrigerator? And so my brothers and my sisters, we are committed. We are fully committed to reviewing our tax system so that you have more money in your pocket. You have already heard that we are committed to doing business, entrepreneurship, and creating the right environment, grants that you can get so that you too can become employers and not employees. My brothers and my sisters, we are ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me hear you. Are you ready? We are ready. We are ready. We are moving on. We recently held our personal development and business workshop. Dare to dream. Dream big. Dream about your car. Dream about your house. Dream about when you're stocking, if you wear your stocking, and your jewelry if you want to wear your jewelry. Because we are going back to the glory days. The glory days. We are going to advance as the United Nations have said, and we are going to eliminate poverty among our people. It is hard. And mothers, guardians, we want you to know that we are going to work with the school, with the PTAs, with community groups, with our diaspora to ensure that we can provide meals to your children, be it breakfast or lunch. But you must work with us. Work with us so that we can provide for your children. And it is one for all and all for one. So we are going to ensure that every child, irrespective of their mother or father, they shall have medical attention free of cost. Medical supplies free of cost. And we are also going to revisit our elderly. Many of you who have diabetes, blood pressure, and other things, and you have to do tests. It is not just a medication. So we have promised you excellent as well. Excellent health services and affordable. It does not make sense for us to have a new hospital and yet you cannot access the services. We are going to make health services, excellent health services, and those doctors and nurses are going to treat you with respect. Because many of you have said to me, Ma'am, I'm afraid for you to write the letter because they might give me an injection. We will ensure that you are protected by having a patient charter. Brothers and sisters, we are not finished with you yet. We promise visionary, competent, trustworthy, and caring governance. You've heard the stories. You've heard the stories of how we are going to help. We are telling you we are going to continue the books. The books that the children get. Some persons are saying to me, they still don't have the books for the children. We will ensure if the books are not there, that we will have them at least online so that they're accessible. And the tools that our children need to use. You have already heard, so I'm not going to address that of our technical. You heard us today about building our culture by ensuring that our culture is introduced into our schools to form another avenue of revenue for our children. Mother have his own, child have his own, was what I heard growing up. And so you must have your own. We are not coming out here to tell you we come to patch up. We are going to implement a strategy for everyone to have the ability to own their own homes. If it's rent to own, if it's rehabilitating abandoned houses, whatever it is, we are going to develop the strategies together to ensure that you can have homes. And the freight as well. We are not only bringing them on goods to make money available in your pockets, but also on any building material that is going to, so you could fix your kitchen, finish up your bathroom, whatever needs to be done, tile your floor. We are going to work together to ensure that you have decent and affordable housing. Brothers and sisters, we are in this together. We are going to build our nation. We are going to ensure that what we need to have is ready and available. My brothers and sisters, decent work. Decent work. Many are asking for a minimum wage. When I hear that people working for $5 an hour, and what they carry home, the rent is $6.50. The Pampers, as you've heard, the milk, they can't afford to take care of themselves. We will advance, we will advocate for you for better wages, better working conditions. We are going to work with our civil servants as well to ensure that the conditions in which you work are pleasant, not where you're being bullied, not where you're being tormented, not where you feel demoralized, but rather we will work with you to build your competence, your capacity, and your confidence so that we can build a modern, thriving economy. We are going to restore the glory days to Montserrat, the days of excellence. My brothers and my sisters, we must work together. You've heard my sister speak about on, off, on, off. In addition to geothermal, and that is how we work together. We are going to work to see that we get projects for our families to help reduce the electricity cost, and that is we will use alternative green energy sources. We are already advancing with solar. We will seek with the assistance of other NGOs and the government to ensure that at least you can have cheaper energy through solar. And look out, you normally have a lot of wind. So we'll even consider that. Don't worry, Mul. Mul workers, we're not putting you out to work because we will upskill our Mul workers so that they can ensure that the facilities for solar and the other options are available and well managed. In fact, geothermal should be operating under Mul as the law provides. My brothers and sisters, together, we are going to build a bigger nation. We are going to grow strong. We are going to empower our people with training, with mortgages that are affordable, loans that are affordable, grants that are affordable to move you to the next level. Tonight, we have visionary government. We are going to, with the Honorable Reuben T. Meade, take us out of granting aid so that those who want to push us back into colonialism would understand their roles and their responsibilities. We are going to build order and excellence in our service. Together, my brothers and sisters, we will arise and we will shine. We will arise and we will build. Together, we are going. One for all for one. Every mouth would be fed. Every man can get a piece of the pie because in this government, we care. We are going to collaborate with you. We're going to advocate with you. We are going to treat you with respect. We are going to treat you with equity, equality, no discrimination. For we are going to be a nation, many people, no matter where you come from, all of we are going to be one family in this Montserrat, one for all and all for one under the United Alliance. A vote for United Alliance, restoring good governance, visionary government, competent government, trustworthy and caring government, one for all and all for one under the leadership of the Right Honorable Reuben T. Meade, our Premier and our leader. My brothers and sisters, I thank you. And I bless you tonight. We bless Montserrat. For there's a blessing for you. And there's a blessing for me. And together, we are going stronger and stronger and better and excellent Montserrat. A dynamic Montserrat. The glory days are back. The glory days are back. Arise. Arise, my people, and shine. There is hope. There is hope. United Alliance. Together we will. Together we shall. Under Reuben T. Meade, our Honorable Premier, and our most competent team that you have seen tonight.
Yes, give it up for all of the doorstep. Give it up.
In the name of the Lord, we are going up. We are going up together. We're going up together. We're going up to conquer. In the name of the Lord.
On October 24th,
Don't talk defeat to me. We are child of the Lord, and we have the victory. United Alliance, victory. United Alliance, victory.
Me believe me go write you on Calypso. Me believe you can manage your mother. I believe you don't think you can manage your Calypso? Me tell you, give it up for her again. Let me tell you all something. We want you to know we have 9 candidates. We have 9 candidates. And a lot of you are saying you want Premier Meade to run this country again. But let me tell you something. It don't make no sense. You vote for him and you don't vote for the team. He cannot run this country without a team. So on the 24th, I am asking you to vote for United Alliance right down the line to ensure that Premier Meade will be the leader of this country. What did I say? I said you have to vote for the team for him to be the premier. Yes. Giving him 1,000 votes and give somebody else none is not going to help him. We want him as the leader, as the premier. So you have to give him and the rest of the team your vote for him to take over this country. Mr. Howe, come up here with me. You could get up? All right. We can't pull you up, you know.
Yes, Montserrat.
We have a job to do.
Yes, Montserrat.
We have a job to do.
We, as Bear says, we want to have a United Alliance government in office on the 25th. We can only do that if they vote how?
All 9.
We can only have a united government if they vote how?
All 9.
Yes, Bear, let me tell you something. I've been coming along Bear Road, right? I see one poster up or one man. You know who that?
Easton.
You have a set of young people.
You campaign for yourself, you know.
And you tell the young people, that you're supporting them. But when you walk along the street, who picture you see?
Easton.
Thank you very much. We want a leader who will stand up and support all the young people. All the young people. This is the man who said on the road, if you give them 4, give them to others and not to me. What do you call that?
Me tell you how I'm planning now. I tell you, he have vengeance. Remember, they took the leadership from him when he was away sick. And when he come back, he find out that he not the leader no more.
It was the coup. But let's go on. Let's go on, Bear. Who are we going to introduce now?
We're going to introduce the man of the hour.
Who are we going to introduce now?
Introduce the next premier.
The next premier of Montserrat.
Let me hear you say the next premier.
Premier of Montserrat.
Let me hear you say the next premier.
The Honorable will be the Honorable. The Honorable.
The Honorable.
The next premier.
Reuben.
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 I decided to tell the story about this man, Reuben Meade. If you don't like it, the man done plenty good deed. He fixing the country from north to Salem. The opposition always giving problem. On century complaining.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell them Reuben
As he comes with the whole team. He's going to come with the whole team. That's it. Come on, Sid.
Reuben Meade. Geothermal down in the ground. He was the one who said bring it on. Tell Delta and all his friends. Then I go rob we again. Now we getting a new plane. And I'm ferry to ride again. Tell Nigel to take it in box. We don't want them anymore. Die, 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 whoa, whoa. Die, die, die. Reuben! And that way, what is the call, you know? He said, Reuben!
Look out, people. Good evening. Where you gone? Are you gone and left me? Okay, Zaya, go ahead. Go on. I want to introduce to you the members of the United Alliance. Kay Dorset, John Osborne, Ann Thomas. What is short girl the name again? Marjorie Smith. Dwayne Hickson. Jenzel Skerritt. And we have Dr. Ingrid Buffon, who is stranded in Antigua because she could not get across to join us here tonight. Access. We also have a 9th candidate, George Kernan from Corkill, who has decided and fought to get onto the voters list. And having gotten onto the voters list, he has decided he will be a part of the United Alliance team. Thank you very much, my brothers and sisters. I was just sitting there in the crowd tonight, and I realized that in 2019, I was hospitalized in New York on my way from Holland. And when I reached New York, my daughter said to me, "Daddy, you have to go to the hospital." Around election time. While I'm sitting in New York, I said to the doctor, "Give me enough medication to come back to Montserrat. Elections cannot happen unless I am here. I have to be here to support my team." Austin Howe, come for me, my brother. Me now put you in a nothing. Austin Howe called me out of my sick bed and said, "We are losing. We need you. We need to raise money. We need you to raise the money for us." And in 3 days, I raised $50,000 for MCAP. 3 days. I came right here and I supported them. You'd remember I was sitting on a chair because I couldn't manage. I was in so much pain. And we said, we as MCAP will work together, and I will work for free to help to support and advise MCAP so that we can continue the developments that we had in place. The rest is history. I decided in 2016, after 25 years of continuous electoral politics, that I was going to take retirement, go and enjoy my children and grandchildren, travel to wherever they were, and enjoy whatever life I had left. I'm going to come to that. I remember in London, my uncle said to me, and he's been out of here for 50-odd years, and he said to me, "Reuben, I hate to tell you this, but you have to go back in." And I said to him, "Oh my God, you too?" There's a young man here from Salem, Ben, and he said to me, "If you do not come back to help to save us, I'm going to come to your house and go on hunger strike." Splash. He's right here. So I want to apologize to those persons who I asked to support MCAP in the last elections. I'm apologizing to you. You've come across, you've done the right thing. Yes, me know. So may I apologize. In January this year, I finally made the decision. I cannot watch my country go down and out there enjoying retirement and look at my people suffer, and I'm traveling between Holland and London and New York. So I am back. I am back. And a team of persons gathered around me. I didn't call them. I did not call them. They one by one gradually said, "We heard you're back, and we'd like to be part of you." Okay? That is how it is. Fast forward. No, not so fast forward. A few weeks ago, I met a young lady. She's doing chicken production, broiler production. And she's also doing eggs. And she's doing pigs. And when I realized that now she has to take her eggs, walk from where she has her farm, walk down the road to catch transport when she has eggs, or when she has her chickens, she has to hire transport And I said, no, you can't make money that way. That has stimulated us to say this thing. For the chicken farmers, we are going to provide money. Well, the animal husbandry farmers, we will be providing money to increase the size of your farms. And we're not asking you to fix the house. We will send workmen in to build the farmhouses. So you're going to more than double the size of your farmhouse. And we will be having more local chicken. And on top of that, instead of you now having to go and slaughter your chicken yourself, we will send someone to pick up your chicken, slaughter them, and write your check. Go back to do your chicken production. Same thing with pigs, and the same thing with goats. Because it is difficult for us to say goat water is our national dish. And we don't have no goat. So let me fast forward now. 2 weeks ago, I left here and I went to London. There's all sort of speculation as why he gone to London. He must be dead. And somebody said, oh, they had to fly him out. Okay? I had a meeting in London with some investors. And they are saying to me, we are going to guarantee you, and I'll find out by tomorrow, we're guaranteeing you that we're going to get a ferry to operate in Montserrat. So those persons like Ingrid tonight, she could have come across on the ferry. That's a guarantee which we have. They have gone further to say, okay, so the twin otter which you're using here is not good enough. We're going to buy a modern twin otter, and the first one we can get is 3 years old. A 3-year-old twin otter is a brand new twin otter. Okay? We are going to bring our people home. We've discussed building a 150-room hotel. I was trying to sell them on Little Bay, but they said, I think we prefer to buy a Viewpoint. So they're now looking at buying Viewpoint so that they can build it out, create jobs. We don't have a hotel in Montserrat. So how are we going to build tourism if we don't have access and we don't have hotels? A young man sitting in the crowd here, one of our team this time, came to me when I was premier. And he said, Premier, I have a little project which I want to do. Dwayne Hickson. He wants to fix up and build a golf course. And I said to him, we can do it together. He went and he joined Don. And I said to him, bet you will not get any help from him. Now he has a 9-hole golf course and he's trying to get the rest of it finished. A few weeks ago, I got a call and John spoke to it. The basketballers wanted to go to Anguilla. I borrowed some money from John, which I didn't plan to pay him back. So I'm glad that tonight he said he donated it. They had to fly out of here on a helicopter because they couldn't get a flight out. I picked up the telephone and one telephone call to a colleague of mine, a former premier in Anguilla. And I said to him, Bruds, I have a team of 3 coming to Anguilla, sort them out. And they said, Reuben, you know that's not a problem. They had their housing provided for them free of cost, transportation free of cost, meals free of cost. And you have a member on another team who is the president of the Basketball Association who couldn't get it done. And he's asking you to vote for him when in fact he can't do that for his own team. This is what we do. I am on a government pension. I'm not ashamed of that. I also do construction, so I don't rely on government pension. I have decided that I will, if you make me premier again, I will, and this is a promise, look out. I said it on Radio Montserrat and I say it here again. I will take the equivalent of my pension, the allowances which they give, and the remainder of my salary I'm going to give to the MPS, the Montserrat Progressive Society, to manage that money to help the small mini business sector in Montserrat. I'm going to do that for 6 months in the first instance and then evaluate it. Government may not have the money in the budget, but we want to start off immediately on the 26th of October. We have to build the private sector. We have to build the micro-enterprise sector. And there are too many things that are happening in Montserrat that we're saying, oh, we don't have the money to do it. We don't know how to get it done. And we have to wait on the governor. And what we're saying, if you look at our team, every member of this team can stand up independent of government. We do not need a government salary to survive. So after elections, if we did not win, if by chance we don't win, we can still survive because we all have our businesses. But we will win. And we will win, and we have made promises to the people. And you will ensure that we keep those promises. Now, 2013, we said we were going to fix up the houses in Lookout, starting with the ones on stilts. We allocated money for that. Elections came before we finished all of them. PDM came into office, read up and fed up. They did not touch one house there for 5 years. They did not build one house anywhere in Montserrat for 5 years. MCAP came into government. The money was still there, 350,000. And rather than moving on to the other houses, they started the ones that were fixed already. And up to this day, they cannot find money to fix the rest of the houses. I will promise you that we will ensure that quite a number of these houses that we visited that need repairs, and some are just minor repairs, we will start this year repairing those houses. I'm not giving you no chicken and ham. No chicken and ham. So don't look to us for chicken and ham. We will fix your houses. We will help you to establish your micro-enterprise. Work with us, and we work with you. What else you want me to talk about? When I listened to a party the other night, and the party says, if they are voted in, they're going to dig up Piper's Pond and build a yacht marina there. They said that 10 years ago. Is Piper's Pond excavated? They also said that they're going to increase the welfare payments from $900 to $1,500. They said that in 2014 when they beat us. And now in 2024, 10 years later, they're saying the same thing. They got into government, they didn't do it. They may have forgotten they made those promises, but they want to come back and make the same promises. My brother John Osborne, his father used to say to us, their memory short, but their belly long. Okay, so we now have to make sure that we remember what is happening and get it done. We have to create employment for the people of Montserrat. The sand miners, in my time, were operating in trance. Mundo Osborne and myself went into Plymouth, looked at how we can get them across the ravine, and I said to them, guys, move from over here, move to Plymouth, move to the Corkill area, because it will be easier on your trucks for you to go that way than to travel all these hills to come to the port in Little Bay. To this day, they're operating there. For almost 5 years, they've been asking government, can we move to Fort Gut? To this day, the current government can't get that done. I can say to you, we will get it done. Trenchtown. Where you call Trenchtown? Where's Trenchtown again? Marley News. Lees. Those areas are safe from the volcano. The volcano has pretty much gone back quiet. We monitor the volcano on a regular basis. So therefore, let us get the farmers to go back inside there and to produce. We can feed ourselves, and Montserrat will feed itself, and farmers will start making an income in Montserrat. I'm going to say this for John, although he don't need it. Government has said they're increasing the tax threshold from 15,000 to 18,000. But what we want to do, and what we will do from the next financial year, that's from March, give an additional $1,500 per child, tax-free. Because if we're saying that we want to help with getting children, and the Pampers are expensive, let the $1,500 be tax-free. So you move from 18 to 19,500 for the first child. If you have 3 children, then it's 4,500 more added on. And that will also be the same amount for any dependent relative that you're looking after. On that same score, there are persons even in this community who have worked and are getting a pension less than the amount that welfare recipients are getting. We are guaranteeing you that you will get at least the same amount as the welfare recipients. So your pension will be increased to that of the welfare recipients at a minimum. And when we talk about welfare recipients, if they're welfare recipients who can do minimal work, maybe picking up tins on the side of the street, doing some little minor thing, we give you a top-up on your welfare payment because you're willing to work for it. So we, the members of the United Alliance, are going to work with you. We're going to listen to your concerns. We're creating employment. We're bringing money back into the economy. We're reviving the economy. And we're taking back, let me say it again, we're taking back the reins of government from somebody else who it has been given to. All of a sudden, access belongs to the governor. All of a sudden, airport belongs to the governor. And then all of a sudden, the former deputy is saying, we need change. Yes, we need change. And we will ensure that United Alliance will be the change. United Alliance will be the change. They claim that when governments change, projects stop. I worked with Dr. Lewis on the Little Bay project. When he left government, the Little Bay project continued. Continued. The fact that the contractor got put off the site and this government offered to pay them $8 million as settlement, that's for another story. The hospital project will continue. We had a full hospital design. PDM decided we did not have a hospital. MCAP came in, and rather than going back to the design which was there already and paid for by the British government, they were allowed the British government to con them into doing another design. So for 5 years, they've been in government, and the hospital's still there, no contract. All you find is minor works. And let me make one final comment. Oh, the hungry part? Yeah, Paul said in Parliament that I was broke and hungry, which is why I'm coming back into electoral politics. I happened to be in Antigua with my grandson, who is working at Sandals. And he said to me, Grandpa, you may be broke, but you could never hungry as long as me around. And he will be here for the last week of the campaign. He will be standing on the platform with me. We have to bring this country back. Let me give another example. A prime minister from Antigua came here for Hero's funeral. He made the effort to come here. And our premier is sitting, the prime minister is sitting here. It's your colleague. And you want to tell me you don't even lean over and have a little joke with him or even say something to him? So I got up to make my speech and I said, Gaston, come. Come. You can't come all the way from Antigua and come here and say something. Come and take my spot. Take my spot to make your statement, because I know you want to make a statement. It simply means that there's no relationship between our premier and the prime ministers across the region. I am making arrangements to go and see Gaston maybe sometime next week. In discussion with the Spanish community, they indicated that passing through Antigua is too expensive. That's one of the discussions on the table. Second one, there's some additional charges for us to pass through Antigua. Let's get that off the table. And they must allow Bay to come back to Antigua from time to time, because they ship him out in a box. So we're going to get Bay, we're going to get you back into Antigua. But what I want you to understand, Jenzel, come for me, please. This is a man who was on the MCAP team. He absconded and he came across to us. Okay? Again, another member of the MCAP team who decided leadership matters. She came across. And, sorry, Chairman, come. Austin. Austin was the chairman of MCAP for, what, 20 years? He absconded and came across. As a matter of fact, he was one harassing me. He was one of them harassing me, came on my construction site and said, Chief, we had to talk. He did it so often, I said, okay, I'll think about it. Bear, stand up next to Austin. Both of them in the last elections were on opposite teams. They are now together. Dwayne was part of what the name of the thing again? PDM. He was part of PDM. And Anne is new to politics, so she was non-aligned. Miss Peel, Marjorie. Marjorie was part of PDM. Marjorie and I had a conversation in London by phone. And she said she's thinking about coming into politics. And I said to her, whether you come with me or you come with somebody else, here are some tips that you must use as a politician. So whether you're with me or you're with somebody else, here are some tips. And they've been useful. John? John is the first one who came on the team. We happen to be directors of Bank of Montserrat together. We've been harassed by other directors. No, I'm still a director. I was at board meeting yesterday because the premier did not understand how to fire me. Something so simple, he was unable to do it. John has decided he will be part of me and part of my team because John grew up not knowing that his father and I were on separate political parties. Because I used to be by John's dad, having discussions. John no said nothing else. That's it. Dr. Ingrid Buffon, who is not here, PDM, an independent, and she was told by her father, if you do not join Reuben, I am not supporting you. And her father has never supported me politically before. Why are they saying that? For the same reason that Ben and others have been saying. Reuben, you're the only one who can bring this country back. I am no Moses. I am no Moses. I can't bring the country back. But all of us working together, we will bring Montserrat back. We are going to make Montserrat a project. Montserrat, we're going to operate it as a project. We're going to make it as a project. Then there's George Kernan. He had to go back to Guyana to finish off some legal business. He fought. He came here. They refused to put him on the voters list. He fought, and he fought, and he fought. Last week, they put him on the voters list. And he called me and he said, well, as a matter of fact, he called Austin first. And he said, Austin, I want to be with you all. We have a team that will make the Montserrat project work. So my friends in Lookout, and those who have traveled to come and join us, and all the supporters around, and all those who can hear our voices, when we look at Arthur, come and join us. Zenuska, come and join us. Reuben, Rocha, come and join us. Chips, come and join us. Baptist, come and join us. And there's another tall lady in the crowd. Come and join us. You know who you are. No, Joni is part of the garage crew. That's for a different meeting. Where are you, my dear young lady? Nayoka. Nayoka, come. Nayoka, come. These are the people who have been walking with us, working with us, doing a lot of the background work. All these balloons and nice things you see here, lovely young ladies who have been doing it. We have some ladies from the Spanish community who are not here with us tonight, but they are supporting us as well. And therefore, on the 24th of October, how are you voting? How are you voting? So look out, people. If you want to take the chicken and the ham, take the chicken and the ham. But you can't allow a little bellyful to stop you from getting this country moving forward. We know that they are incapable. I sold them as being capable because I thought they would have listened to wisdom and support. They did not. And one of the things you must recognize is that proven leadership counts. Proven leadership counts. And the experience and the connections are critical and important. So my friends, have a wonderful evening and thank you very much for joining us here tonight. And I hope you have been inspired by all of the speakers. Thank you very much and God bless.
Give it up, give it up, give it up for United Alliance. Let's hear some music.
Montserrat in trouble. Somebody come rescue us, man. Huh.
Have a safe night home, my people. Have a safe night home. We will be in St. John's on Saturday. Saturday we'll be in St. John's. Come out and join us. 7 p.m. in St. John's Saturday. Come on out and join us.
Under the leadership of Reuben Mead. Then they turn the ship.
So you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be in St. John's. Our next meeting, and we're inviting all of you to be there. Come out, come out, come out. We'll be there. Let's hear that theme song again.
Montserrat in trouble. Somebody come rescue us, man. Huh.
Residents of Lookout in the community, thanks again for coming out.
Montserrat was sailing in full speed under the leadership of Reuben Mead. Then they turned the ship over to a captain named Romeo.
Let's hear UA all the way. On October 24th, we voted.
All of a sudden, the ship started going down. So they brought a new captain hailing from long ground. Some people start swimming, some even start drowning. Montserrat in trouble. Reuben, rescue my people. United, 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 united alive.